but I've never been broken. I told you before, I am the truth now, the truth has spoken. A king is born.
Thank you very much, Larry. EA Sports coverage of the NFL. The National Football League is here and on the air. We thought the old place was loud. Somehow this place got even louder a short time ago as the Falcons were introduced to this sellout crowd. We're set to go as the Falcons get ready to match up with the Minnesota Vikings.
2 times.
They'll throw on first down with Ryan. And finding the tight end Hooper. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? What a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for him.
He'll be tackled shy of the 35. Pretty shifty footwork, but didn't buy him much. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down.
Check 43. He's checking. Crash.
And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on second down.
It's run.
Hey, let's go. Ready. Hey, 59, ready.
That's it, baby.
Let's go, gun. Sit up. Hey, watch that.
On third down, Devontae Freeman. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. Faced with their first third down conversion opportunity and able to punch it through and pick it up on the ground.
And to me, doing it on the ground sends a different type of a message than throwing the football. And, you know, let's face it, we've done a lot of games together. How often have we seen third down turn into an automatic passing down no matter what the other?
Yeah, and last thing you want, that opening drive to go 3 and out. You got everything scripted, lined up. Let's get some points on the board, and they're able to avoid that 3 and out.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
And he better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off.
I got 2.
Ready, get up, take check. 20, 20. Let's go.
36.
On second down, Freeman stops shy of the 45 despite some powerful running. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with third and still 7 yards to go.
Doesn't matter who you're rooting for in this game. The effort of the man with the football, getting away from one and trying to turn forward and get some yardage, I really liked what he did there.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Tight right.
Ready, Blue 80. Check. Wait.
Let's go, baby. Get loud.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. It's caught, Jones. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A good pickup there at 22. And that's the connection, Ryan to Jones, that this defense obviously has to key in on.
Certainly feels like they got the party started with that one, doesn't it? And when those two get in sync, it just scares the heck out of defenses because he can have Julio Jones in a short zone, and he can take it the whole way.
And a short gain down to about the 33. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Ready, 51. Hey, let's go.
Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
Hey, let's go. Hey, 59.
On second down, Ryan.
Watch the edge.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Check 31.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Alert 3. Alert 3.
8th play of this opening drive coming up. This is third down. From the shotgun, Ryan. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Getting into the act on the opening drive here with a sack. And remember, they had 5 last week.
And they saw that on film, and that meant that they had to get together. Offensive coordinator, quarterbacks coach, offensive line coach, receivers coach, and say, how do we beat this pressure? Because everyone has to win against the defense and get the ball in the hands of the quarterback very quickly.
Yards on the return that time. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. First carry now for the rookie, Dalvin Cook. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down.
Watch tight end.
Let's go. 4, 2 jet.
Again, it's Cook. And now running right through him. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3.
I once had a defensive player in the NFL tell me, if I beat and dominate the guy across from me, I'm helping my team. Well, winning one-on-one battles is always a part of the game, but when you have good team defense, as we just saw there, one broken tackle, but he didn't get away because the rest of the guys arrived to put him on the ground.
Wait, 90.
Hey, we got
2 jet. 2 jet. 2 jet.
Floyd, the man in motion right. They'll run it. Here's Cook. Spins away. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. Ryan Quigley, 5th-year man from Boston College, in to punt it away. Back deep, Taylor Gabriel. Time for our first check of the NFL scoreboard. And it's the Titans who are off to the early lead in that ball game. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And, you know, their previous possession, they were able to move the football, but still wound up punting in the end.
You know, in 2016, Carolina had a 20-play drive that lasted over 10 minutes. And remember how it ended?
In a punt.
Yeah, I mean, how does that happen? You just don't see that happen every day.
This one maybe not quite that bad, but still, you'd like to have a chance for points if you hold the football that long.
Agreed.
Wants to run.
Now a play fake here on first down. And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. Aaron Donald in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. We got 4.
Left,
We got 4.
On second down, here's Ryan.
Kill.
This one complete to Mohamed Sanu. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 45. That one goes for 24 yards. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
Man left.
Get up.
Hey. 4 down.
Ready. White 25. 20.
Check nickel, nickel, nickel.
54, Seth.
And no press
watch out,
coverage
watch
here.
out.
They are backing off in the secondary.
54, Seth.
Check
280,
4,
51. Fight.
He's crashing. He's checking crack.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
Your trip ends here, baby. Your trip ends here.
Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Falcons in possession to begin quarter number 2. They've got it 2nd and 6 to start things out.
They've got tight left.
Gun. Space.
4 down. Check.
Hey,
4 down.
White. On.
Check. Watch safety
Check.
creeping. Watch safety creeping.
On.
Safety's
Get up.
creeping.
Get up.
Freeman again. He won't find a ton of space following the display of power as he's down just inside the 45. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
Check safety. Check 3. Shift. Watch the shift.
Back 25.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A little antsy on the left side of the line.
Yeah, I think they got the guy in the end. I think they got the DN there on that one. And let's face it, he is so amped up, wanting to get a good get off on the snap, jump too quickly.
Single.
Let's go. Get up. Right. Ready.
After the penalty, here's Freeman. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Not much happening there on 1st down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
6 guy. Check 6 guy.
Run. Get there. On. Check. Get up. 11.
Hey. We got 4.
Ready.
4
280.
down.
On. 12.
Check hot
Ready.
right.
59. Hey. Gun. Hey, let's go.
Shit.
Ready. Back 25.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
Rhino.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They're up against the 3rd and 1 situation. The short yardage man, it's Coleman. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. He needed a yard, that's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs.
Yeah, baby. Woo!
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10.
4 down. Check.
51. Right up. White.
Right on the handoff, it's Freeman. And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Ready.
Hey, watch out. Check
20.
Mike 54.
21.
Run you over. 11.
280.
Now they'll throw it with Ryan. Getting it out left side to Sanu. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
The Falcons on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Tuesday. Got it. Hey, Ricky wants some. Space.
Here we go, G, get off the field.
From the gun, it's Ryan. He's got Sanu. And the ball is knocked out, and this belongs to the Vikings.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Around the NFL, we've got a second quarter score. It's the Colts in that one that have grabbed the early lead. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
3 down.
2 minutes remain in a scoreless first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout.
Tight ends right.
They run again on first down. Cook. And he goes out of bounds across the 40-yard line. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Check 50.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game.
They run it again with Cook. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Double tight, guys, double tight.
On second down, Cook. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. First down now, but the clock continues to move. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground.
Hey, we got tight left. Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Two jet.
Let's go. Wait, 90.
Hey,
A toss to Cook. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard.
Watch twist. Run, go. That's where you belong. Back.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And the athleticism on the spin move allows him to pick up the first before he's brought down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Fresh set of downs here.
Watch tight. Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right.
They They run the counter with Cook. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they'll set up with a 2nd and 1.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed, as that's going to move the chains. So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs.
Strong right. Strong right.
Tiger.
3 down. Hey, watch number 5.
Floyd, the man in motion right. On first down, Murray. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. And Forbath will put this one through. So we hit halftime with our visitors, the Vikings, taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll send you down to Orlando as we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports halftime report. Larry? Around the NFL, second quarter in Chicago. And the 49ers are out to the early lead. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. We remind you, coming up later tonight, we got a good NFC battle. The Eagles and Seahawks from Seattle, coverage starting at 8:30 Eastern. And tomorrow we'll put a bow on Week 13 with an AFC North matchup between the Steelers and the Bengals from Cincinnati.
A hard-hitting battle right there.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
One thing rookies need to learn at this level, and quick. Make a cut, be decisive, and go. Because in college, you could dance around and wait for a hole to open because you're probably a better athlete than most of the guys on the field, but not on the NFL level.
Okay, we got 4.
2 Force. Get ready. Force.
Handoff comes to Cook. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
Tiger.
SOS.
2 Jet.
On the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Brian Poole. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that
Has
one.
that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
They go play action here on first down. He's got Freeman here. It's complete. And he loses the football a second time.
I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule, where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It is a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where, for the offensive team, the sideline is their friend. Usually it's not their friend.
Yeah, exactly right. I actually played for a guy in college. You know what he used to name the sideline? Sammy. Sammy sideline, and use him well.
Here's Ryan. Sanu with a grab over the middle. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
The Falcons on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And now a 10th carry for Freeman. It's a gain of 3, and it gets him the first.
So it's pretty simple, partner. You pick up a turnover, set you up in excellent field position. The last thing you want to do is go 3 and out in this spot.
Yeah, they would have had to settle for a field goal attempt, but now they keep those touchdown hopes alive. On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Daniil Hunter in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year.
Tight end left, tight end left.
Blue 80, 51, let's go.
Now Ryan on 2nd down. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And he'll bring this all the way up to the 45-yard line. Thought they had something going there to break that goose egg here in the second half, but to no avail.
Hope was alive until that interception. What a terrific play, taking the ball away after it looked like they were starting a drive.
And now that shutout still standing. You know that's something those defensive guys hold a lot of pride on, too.
No doubt about it. They are excited about where they are in this game.
Trying to fire up that running game with Dalvin Cook. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
Lay down.
So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set.
Watch the left, watch the left.
Tiger!
Hey, let's get
Get
that
ready!
ball.
Two jet! Tiger! Force!
Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook, and he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
But he was stopped on that play. We had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
Run, and run it.
Get ready! Wait!
They pitch it out to Cook. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
The Vikings on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Off the play fake, Bridgewater. Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now. Well, they haven't had a whole lot of success in the passing game here. Now, in the second half, he's thinking, I guess maybe just take a shot deep.
I think you're right. Almost looking for a bailout, isn't he? Can my receiver go up and make a big play for me? Can I create a penalty downfield, maybe pick up an interference call and get that yardage downfield? Anything trying to get going again, but you're right. He definitely took a shot.
Elsewhere, NFL scoreboard, 3rd quarter now in Tennessee. And the Titans dominant. They have added to their totals in that one. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. Very tough spot here for the offense to start.
Watch tight, watch tight.
Gun.
Tight end right, tight end right.
Ready, hey, check. Hey, gun.
They'll try to get the ground game going with Freeman. And he'll take this up to about the 7 or 8 yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they give up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on 1st down. That's what they talk about us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Ryan. And Jones has it over the middle. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
Come on now. Crash.
Ready. Hey, wait, let's go.
Shoot
Now Ryan on first down. Hits his target. It's Taylor Gabriel. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Tight as Ringo. Tight as Ringo. Tight as Ringo.
Hey, Ridley, on!
Hey, boys, we got four down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
From Soldier Field, meanwhile, in Chicago, a third-quarter score. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end.
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Again, they'll run with Freeman. And after the good game last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
3 down.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 7.
4 down.
From the gun, Ryan looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. Scoring has really been at a premium, and Charles, you got to tip your cap to this defense coming in here. Their offense too, but this whole team coming in here on the road, getting a hard-fought win.
I think the way that they're finishing this one up, an exclamation point on a terrific game. As you noted, hard for them to put points on the board, and they hold them down one more time and finalize things.
They start the drive with Cook, and very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Set. Wait 90.
We got 3, fellas.
Wait 90. Wait 90.
Check 99. Check 99. Go.
Floyd, the man in motion right. Coming right, this is Cook on the toss play. Cook with a 1st down and much more. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there. Touchdown number 15 on the year. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, y'all just hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
I'd say it's pretty good strategy. If you throw interceptions on back-to-back drives, let's see if the running backs can handle the ball a little bit, get things going. And also, you motivate your offensive line. I think they're in the mood to fire out and hit somewhere.
I thought the defense, though, might be a little more prepared for that run. Pretty good gain on the ground. Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers.
Get up!
They'll run it now, out of the gun. Room here to run. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Six guy. Check six guy. Run.
So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve.
Here comes the boom. I see you, boy.
Ready.
I see you.
Throwing now, Ryan on first down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it. And in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Eluding the pressure right. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
The offense on third down tonight, they've hit 4 of 7. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. Ryan keeps it on the sneak. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. Only a yard there on the keeper, but that's all he needed. First down.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
I got number 18. I got you, 18.
Ready. White 25.
Single.
12.
Single on the slot.
This time Ryan will throw. Swings it out to the flat for Freeman. A pretty nice, strong run, but can't break away. Down just inside the 30. It's a 4-yard pickup, and it'll be a second down.
Strong right.
Operating from the gun, Ryan. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Ben Gideon in there to bring him down, and it'll be a play to remember for that young man. The first sack of his NFL career. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. Dancing to his left. A solid run of 11 there as he tucked it and ran, but he's still short of the marker at its 4th. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So you knew one way or another that you needed 2 scores. They get the easy one out of the way. Now they'll need to get the ball back.
So, Brandon, the question is, how do you accomplish that? You can onside kick it, or remember, since you've got all 3 timeouts, you can still kick it deep and try to play defense.
And now out comes Minnesota. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Check the backer.
Fourth, set. Way 90. Fourth. Hot. Tagger.
You don't want no problems.
Tiger! Tiger! Two jet! Tiger! 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 Tiger!
Check, 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 check.
Joker, Joker, Joker.
From the pistol, they run it with Cook. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. It's in the 4th quarter down in Miami. The Broncos, they're just pouring it on in that one. If they could win that game, it would mean win number 11 for them on the season.
Force!
Guys, check me out, check me out. We got
Floyd, the man in motion right. 3rd down, Dalvin Cook. Across the 30 to the 31-yard line. And the Falcons going to use another timeout. That'll be their 2nd, so 1 more chance to stop the clock here, and we'll be back. Here's Ryan Quigley now, as he's on to punt for Minnesota. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. Atlanta now coming out on the field. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Yeah, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. A good pickup there at 22. So the D-line's going to spread out. They'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
Hey, you got your first down. Get to the line of scrimmage and spike it.
He's back to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. A gain of 6 there on first.
It didn't check off every box, but the most important one. Got the clock stopped, getting out of bounds. They may be a little short of the first down, but I thought that was the key.
Four yards remaining now on 2nd down.
Single.
Ready.
Check
12,
24,
right.
check 24.
Back to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Jones. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. And the defense with their backs against the wall a little bit here as the offense is in the red zone.
Tom,
Three down.
wait.
Back to throw. And this ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime.
Obviously, the excitement level here is almost at fever pitch. Down 1 is tempted to go for 2. I say you go ahead and kick the extra point. You got the home crowd carried into overtime.
I'm with you. I do see some fans holding up 2 fingers. Easy now.
Yeah, but they're not the ones who have to actually make that call, are they?
On the NFL scoreboard, 4th quarter now at Soldier Field. And the 49ers have scored again, really extending that lead. If they can hold on to that lead to the end, it would up their win total to 7. And now out comes Minnesota. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that.
2.
And they're going to go soft on the corners.
Force! Tiger! Force!
Here's Bridgewater.
Double up. Coming, double up.
And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining.
Watch right, watch right, watch right.
Tiger!
Bridgewater. Flush to his right.
Back.
Going deep for Diggs.
Safe.
And that's caught inside the 30.
Kill.
And he's in. Are you kidding me?
How do you give that
One
up?
of the most improbable ways to finish a game. And they do win it on the final play.
Well, we know the crowd is absolutely stunned by what we just saw there. I'm stunned. I have to believe that you are as well. When they finally get their legs back under them, they'll head to the exits, and I think they'll probably be muttering a few choice words along the way, too. How did that happen?
I don't know. They certainly thought overtime was on the horizon, bracing for overtime. We were, too, and we may want to wait a little bit before heading for the exits, let that parking lot clear out a bit.
Maybe there's a later flight we can catch.
That might be a good idea. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted, no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for Minnesota, the win is number 9 for them on the year. And they'll have another road date next week with the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, it'll be loss number 6 on the season for them. And they'll try to make amends next week as they host the New Orleans Saints. That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. So long, everybody.
People tryna say I'm only enemy. Got a code with my dogs, can't get in between. I can give them life, no more energy. Man, amen. Spent about 60 on the time, I can't even lie. No way in, no way out, do or die. So on roll, when I roll, must be. Amen, man. I can't ride Benz, I don't do peace. I beast, I gotta eat. Saber tooth, tiger, diamond tooth teeth. Rockin' right now, won't you come peep? I was outside. The way that shake, leave your mouth wide. You need to say grace for you say thanks. Amen, amen. What's left in my life, don't know what's in store. I've been dealing with these blessings that I can't ignore. Putting up the numbers, we ain't keeping score. Amen, amen. I here on the block, my side. Run it in the house for us 12 o'clock. Yeah, the hood love me, but you gotta watch. Amen, amen. I just three, I don't do sleep. Yeah, tryna see, movie. Yeah, we gon' fall through, coming through deep. Amen, amen. Yeah, packed it from the south, moved it to the west. Iced the logo on the cross, threw it on my neck. Yeah, when I rep the set, gotta stay blessed. Yeah, amen, amen. People tryna say I'm only enemy. Got a code with my dogs, can't get in between. I can give them life, no more energy. Amen, Amen. Man, what it meant to me. Everybody trying to take the identity. Everybody around me turn to a friend of me. Sit back while I take on a remedy. I cannot let it get into me. It's playing a toll on me mentally.
Picture me putting my city all over the map. They wasn't believers, I had to get even in mad. We coming up, pulling up, jumping all over your grass. So tell them I got a new girl. Tell them that I'm the bank and I want all my 50s in cash. I'm tired of living check to check. I need 20 models. This is smiling in my grave, fresh to death. I've been Wu-Tang with a spectral deck. Yeah, I gotta just get off my chest. I cannot miss it, got last on my list and you next. Take it how you want it. I ain't famous like I want it, but I think I might just skirt off. Blow the speakers and turn off. Pop up. Go to church with my shirt off. Tell the Lord that I'm here now. I've been waiting for so long. I've been patient for so long. Breaking rules like there's no laws, and I did it for a long time. If you don't like me, take a ticket. There's a long line. Nice to meet me. I think the pleasure's all mine. They've been clocking me so long, I think they lost time. Ooh, you lost. What you mean? Woo! What you mean? Woo! And now I'm just a so what you mean? Woo! Hold up, whoa, what you mean? Woo! Hold up. Don't know what you think, compare me. Adrenaline popping, the blood will be leaking and running. Yeah. I do what I do, I don't care if you like it or love it. Tell all of my I got a new girl. Wait. You tell the that I'm the bank and I want all my money in hundreds. I'm tired of living on the edge. I want it, they gon' call the feds. I just bought a cost an arm and leg. My mama told me take it back and get a job instead. Where's your common sense? Me and the devil got too much in common, I swear. Yeah. Born in the ghetto, I never had nothing to fear. Take it how you want it. I ain't famous like I want it, so I might just throw a hissy fit. Call up Cassie after she broke up with Diddy, yeah. I told Shorty if she talking, and she gon' call her friends up and we did, whoa. I ain't in the talking, go chop off your lips. If I ain't in your top 10, go top 4 for bridge. My black boys, I got boys that knock off your lid. I thought y'all gon' pop off, so hop off my. What you mean? I said, what you mean? Woo! Listen, I don't trust her. So, no, I said, what you mean? Whoa. I said, what you mean? Woo! You thought I was finished, you thought it was over. You thought I retired, you thought I went fishing with Kobe. I'm still as ill as considered as one of the coldest. Still a put a partner rapper here like Moses. I'm throwback like a molar roller. I'm cooler than a cup of yogurt. Black flag boy, truck soldier. I'm cool with laws and Ayatollahs. Rap gods like Cyclops and Ogre. I'm King Kong, ain't nobody told you. You think road still.